Look, I don't know where you're from or what it's like there, but here in Canada, I'm getting pretty sick of the weather. In Southern Ontario, it's been slushy, snowy, it's been dark at 5 p.m. every day since November, and we had a day the other week that was negative 31 degrees Celsius, which I think in Fahrenheit is... Which means I'm particularly excited to hop on this plane and escape to America. I've got this amazing opportunity to meet with a bunch of very interesting people in beautiful... What? Somehow Minneapolis is magically just north of Canada and colder. I'm freezing. That's all right, I will suffer with this because of what I am here to do and who I get to hang out with. Before I tell you what I'm here to do, let me just say that if you're new to this channel, I know there's a lot of new people since Holy Ship came out, hit the subscribe button below so you can watch these videos. They come out about every week, and come February, I'm aiming for every Wednesday, right in the middle of the week, to give you the old pickup. So, also the soundtrack here is just insane. With that in mind, let me tell you what I'm here to do. I'm part of a learning cohort with a group of 12 people from all across North America who are trying to figure out how do we shape and build community, and the group is insanely diverse. In just our group, we've got 1 Methodist, 2 Presbyterians, 1 Southern Baptist, someone from an intentional community of 30 years, a Catholic father, 1.5 Lutherans, 1 Greek Orthodox priest, 1 independent African church, and 1 Canadian hipster. And so this group is just one of 3 groups, and we are meeting 3 times over this year. They're flying us out to Collegeville in Minnesota, and then we just get to hang out and eat and drink and talk and read books and work through questions to see what do all of our communities have in common. Regardless of your background, your age, your faith or religion, you probably desire to be a part of a community. I think it's just a deeply human desire to be a part of something bigger. And I thought, when do you get this many great practitioners together in one space? And it would be a shame to keep the wisdom here. So I thought I would ask all of them one important question. What's one thing you've learned about community?
I'm learning that community is breaking down the walls, lifting up the banner of love, and allowing God to love through us.
Community is hard, but it's not rocket science. It's about showing up and continuing to show up, loving and continuing to love.
I've learned that Christian community is best facilitated by a leader who is comfortable in his own skin.
In community, we learn to revel in our differences and embrace our connections.
Community is a collaborative effort to live for others.
At the end of the day, we're better together, and that we bump into our best selves when we see how God's at work in other people.
Community is an opportunity to imitate the divine and to live out our personhood with relationships to one another.
Community is beautiful and it's painful. It takes a lot of courage and it is never finished.
Community building is an ongoing work requiring constant listening and hearing one another.
Part of our work is to be keepers of a culture until that culture becomes second nature.
Well, what I've learned about community is that we deeply desire it, we all want it, but we're not altogether sure what it is. But when we find it, it's beautiful.
I have learned that you become like the people you spend time with. You look a lot like your community, so you should put yourself around people that make you much sharper and smarter than you are on your own. Thanks, everybody! So there it is, that's the best advice from these practitioners. Let me throw the question back to you. What do you think makes for healthy community? Is there something that you've learned as you try to shape community in your own place? Leave a comment down below and let's talk about it. Grace and peace, I'm gonna try and stay warm. I'll see you guys next week.